We have much to discuss today, but first we gotta clear the air. There has been something that is in the zeitgeist that, while beautiful, is technically, it is both correct yet incorrect at the same time. So let's clear that up first. So something that has been brought to many people's attention is that there is a billionaire named Ben Horowitz who supposedly said the phrase that black women are for grown-ups. Now, while that is absolutely true, and we'll be diving into that later, technically he didn't say that. Now, and he has, so this is what he said. I never said that. I never spoke to the woman who originally posted it. I sent her a cease and desist, and welp, I love my wife, who is a black woman, who he is madly in love with, but I do not talk like that about groups of people. Now, does it kind of break my heart that he didn't say that that he didn't actually say that quote? Yes. Does it also kind of break my heart that even though he didn't said it, he could have said, hey, I didn't say that, but I'm saying that now? Yes. Do I also respect the fact that as a white man, it is good for him not to just like talk about groups of people that are outside of his own demo? I can understand that. I'm just saying, as a black lady, it would be nice to have the cheering of billionaires behind us, right? But just because he doesn't say it doesn't mean that it's not true. Because one, he's living by it. He is a billionaire grown up. Now, is he also a bald? Yes. Have I talked about them? Yes. Do I know him personally? No. So I cannot say whether he is or is not irresponsible. But clearly he is a business bald. So in the very least, he is very responsible in his 9 to 5, and he's got a black wife. And she looks very happy. But once again, I don't know him, so who am I to say whether or not he is or is not responsible or irresponsible? But he is living the black women are for billionaires mentality, right? And he's one of many. There are a growing number of billionaires that are partnered with black women. And whether or not he did or did not say this, there are other means of evidence within the social media space that prove this, and it makes a lot of people upset. So before I dive into that, hi, for those of you who are new here, my name is Shayna. I'm a journalist. I talk a lot about decentering men, child-free living, and the political implications of all of those things. So if any of that sounds like a vibe, please like, share, subscribe, all of that sexy stuff. And now let's dive into the glamour of the black woman effect, the black wife effect. While I could describe it to you for those who are unfamiliar with it, I think it's better to just show you. I would love to have the song Million Dollar Baby by Tommy Richmond. I think that's who it is, playing in the background. But I cannot have another copyright issue. I can't. So imagine the song. Exhibit B. Now let's say you can't imagine the song. It goes a little something like this. A dabba doo baby. A dabba doo doo dabba dabba doo baby. You got it. You got it. So just to summarize, the black wife effect is basically the intense and obvious glow up that men go through when they are in committed, intimate partnership with a black woman who is loved and cared for and loves them. While this trend is incredibly popular among interracial relationships on TikTok, in which the woman in the interracial relationship is a black woman, that is not to say that this kind of glow up does not happen within black woman and black men partnerships. In fact, there are videos that showcase this. You tend to see more interracial relationships highlighting this right now. And like all other times that black women are praised for their good work and good deeds, there will always be haters of multiple forms and weird instances of racism. So let's just break that down real quick. let's talk about the weird racism first. So, one of the things that has started to come up is that white women started coming into the comment sections of different videos where the black wife effect was being discussed. And they started making stitches and like joking, but it was a weird joke in the comments, being like, oh my gosh, black women, can you like use the black wife effect on my husband? Hey, can I like hire a black woman? Hey, is there a black woman who can? And it's the weird magical Negro trope that's in place, that's also mixed in with a little bit of the mammy. That's like, hey, this mystical black woman that I don't actually know, or is not a part of my. Can you just fix something for me? Can you just fix my husband? Can you just fix my life? Can you just like sprinkle your little magical Negro-ness all over my husband and make him hot for me, and then just give him back and leave? Right. It was a weird thing that was going on, and black women started discussing it. And I'd like to say that it's calmed down, but also, who's to say? At the end of the day, who's really to say? So that's one thing that's happening. On the inverse, you're seeing the black husband effect. Now, while most of the videos that you see under the black husband effect are filmed by their non-black partners, basically showing before and afters of them looking essentially the same, if not a little bit worse in the after, there are a couple of hilarious videos that look more like this. And I wish I could have this song playing in the background behind this gorgeous woman. But listen, instead, I'ma do a little dabba-doo, baby. A dabba-doo, dabba-dabba-doo, baby. Dabba-dabba-doo, dabba-dabba-doo. Now listen, objectively hilarious as that was, personally, I fully believe in you go where you are loved. Ladies, regardless of what your racial background is, what size you are, what texture your hair is, you go where you are loved. And unfortunately for a lot of black women, we are not necessarily loved by our men. And it unfortunately shows. Now, I think I've said this in previous videos, but just in case I have not, let me say it here. If a man does not like the women who look like him, does not like the female representation of himself, then he does not like himself. He hates himself. And if he does not like the women that look like him because of their race, because of their features that resemble him, then he does not like you. If you do not have those features, it's not he's praising, it's not that he thinks that you're beautiful because of X, Y, and Z. It's that he hates himself, and he likes the fact that you don't remind him of himself. That self-hatred isn't going to go away. That hatred is not going to go away. It's just, you're just adding a little bit more padding to it. And I don't think it's a flex for people to be with people who have so much hatred towards themselves, especially racial hatred, because it's going to come out. It's going to come out, and it's probably going to come out at your kids. But that's a conversation for a whole other day. Why? Because I'm going to let a man talk. I'm going to let a man talk because I think that he says things that men would be mad at me for saying. But I'm not saying these things. I'm going to let a man say them.
$1 million baby. I love the black wife effect. Now, black husbands and white women, show your effect. Exactly. Pump the beat. Welcome back to Ebony Double XL, the fastest growing page on this app. Do not Google that though. It is a fact. How does it make you feel to get on the internet and see copious amounts of proof that while you were out there looking for an alabaster box with CeCe Winans, a white man was getting washed, fucked, and fed? Imagine believing all the rhetoric and the propaganda. Black women are this, they're difficult, blah, 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 the gold diggers, and they've only made these men's lives better? And look at you, with a son named Jaden. It'd be one thing if you could say you provided the same effect. Like, you get an Emily, you turn her into a Gwyneth Paltrow, Scarlett Johansson. We get it. You know what I'm saying? Goop the house down. But that's not the reality. You take the bitch to Walmart, you get her some Cookie Monsters, pajamas. It gets very treacherous. And you may say, Ebony, why are you so hard on the black man? Like, you're a black man. Exactly. I'm here for. I believe in us for real, and I want us to bring more to the community than kids with Labrador hair that got to show a picture of you to prove that they can say the N word. You know what I mean?
Now, is there a whole other level of conversation that we might have to do about the white mom versus the black mom effect when it comes to interracial parenting? Because there's a very clear difference. Like we black people can always tell when a mixed person has a black mom versus a white mom. We can always tell. And it is a byproduct of this effect, right? But that is a whole other video. But what I would like to focus on right here, right now, is we are seeing how much conversation is being built up around the black wife effect and how much good the black wife effect can do, and also how much vitriol comes up because black women winning triggers so many communities, right? But look at all the objective good that it has done in the lives of men, the black wife effect. What I ask, what I ask is what were to happen if we were to take that same level of energy and invest it into ourselves. Imagine what we could do, what we could create, what we could become if we took that energy and invested it into ourselves. I scroll through the black wife effect and I see Chads and I see Bretts and I see men that arguably I do not know if they knew how to wipe in between their butt cheeks. I see men that I do not know understood that you could have a shampoo and a conditioner, two separate bottles. I see so many different kinds of confused men that turn into the most attractive version of themselves simply because a black woman said, "I love you. We can do better." That's all. That's all. Imagine what you could create, what you could accomplish. All of those dreams that seem so far away, all of the goals that you think could take years, could take tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of dollars. Just imagine. I have a friend. I have a friend who, the moment that she divorced her husband, the moment she divorced her husband, mind you, it was crazy. It took a very long time. He was on the run. He was a runner. He's a track star, right? But the moment that she was able to actually leave him, because the divorce process took a while. Why? Because he's fast. A demon. Fast. Crack. Actually, crack. But anyway, so as soon as she left him, she was able to get not just back on her feet financially. She was able to, in this economy, as a single woman, buy a house. She was able to, in this economy, get a new car. She was able to do all these things debt free because she stopped she lost, I want to say that, like, she started working out, like she gained a lot of weight because of the stress of her marriage. She wasn't eating well, she wasn't feeling well. As soon as she left him, she started working out, found this passion for working out. She's lost a whole bunch of weight, gained a whole bunch of muscle, best shape of her life. She invested into herself. She gave herself the black wife effect. And I'm just curious what we could all do if we were to just take a little bit of that or all of that and just put the mirror back on us. That's all I'm asking. That's all I'm asking. If any of this sounds like a vibe, or if you have any questions, comments, concerns, especially if you're an angry man, listen, I listen to men. I listen to men. I do. I do. That's not a joke. Share your thoughts in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, all that great stuff. I'll talk to you later. Bye.